How to sharpen your chisels is one of the most argued about things that I've seen on social media posts. And there's definitely a lot of very strong opinions about how you do it, what method you use, the technique that you use, the number of stones that you use, and things like that. But at the end of the day, all that really matters is that you get a sharp chisel. There's some low-cost ways to do it, and then there's some more expensive ways to do it. Some of them are slower and some of them are faster. Some will give you a really nice mirrored finish and some won't. But what really matters is that you find a way inside your budget to get your chisel sharp so that you can do cleaner woodwork. Generally speaking, every chisel is going to have two bevels on it, the primary bevel and the secondary bevel. The primary bevel is usually 25 or 30 degrees more or less in there, and the secondary bevel is usually between 2 and 5 degrees steeper than that. So if your primary bevel is 25, your secondary bevel might be 30. And then it's also really important that the back of your chisel is flat. So this is a really basic entry-level kit that you can get from Trend Tools that will actually get your chisels really sharp without costing a lot of money. It comes with a diamond stone that's 300 grit on one side and 1,000 on the other. You've got an anti-slip pad right here that the stone can go on top of. You've got this leather honing strop. It comes with some lapping fluid, an eraser which cleans off the diamond stone, and this green bar right here is the honing bar that you rub on this strop to give you a nice polished finish. So I'm going to show you really quick on two different chisels how to get a sharp edge. With one, I'm going to use the honing guide here, and the second one I'm going to do just by hand to show you that you can actually do it with just the stone and the strop as well. First, we're going to take some of this lapping fluid right here and put it on top of the 300 side of the stone. And it's the same for both chisels. So you'll put the flat side down and grind it around like this for a bit till you get yourself a nice flat surface on the bottom. If your chisel is already flat, this is not going to take very much work at all. Once you have your chisels really sharp, you only have to do minor touch-ups. So we've got that so it's flat on the bottom. Same thing on the Japanese one. We're going to flatten it out. On this one, it's flat all the way across, and on this one, they have this concave part right here. Now we've just flattened it out across the sides that are exposed right here. Now for this chisel, I'm going to use this honing guide right here. It's got two pieces, the one that your chisel is going to go in, and then the one that'll help you find your angle. So you'll grab it on this side here, and you can open up those two jaws, and you'll see that they've got the shape right here for the chisel to fit into. You'll then slide your chisel in, and then you can tighten it up just a little bit, not all the way, and you want it up towards the top. Then we're going to take this bottom roller right here and place it inside this groove. And then you can see it says 25, 30, 35, and 40. So I'm going to loosen it off just a little bit, and then I can move this chisel forward, find where I want to make my primary bevel. And I'm going to look at the bevel that's already put on this one, and then match that one. So 25 gets me a little bit too much up on the heel. So now I'm going to move it back, and you want to butt it up against the ledge there. And then I'm going to go to the 30, and you can see that the 30 gets it nice and flat right there. So then I'll tighten it up and take it off. Now you don't always have to resurface this primary bevel. In a lot of cases, you can just touch up the secondary bevel. But if you had some chisels you bought several years ago and you've never touched them up, then you'll want to do the primary bevel. So you'll put it down on here now. That wheel can roll back and forth, and you have your angle set. So then you can just go back and forth. Some guys will just go back and forth. Some guys will do a figure 8. You can do it however you want, as long as you get that primary bevel nice and even. So we'll do it for a bit, and then we'll turn it over and take a look, and we'll just look to see that we're getting a nice grind across the whole surface. Now, if you don't have the honing guide, you can just do it by hand. It's a little bit more uncertain, but it is possible. So you're just gonna put it down on top, and then with your hand, find where that primary bevel is, and then you can just try and hold steady and work it around the best you can, holding it nice and steady. And the same principle applies. We're just looking for a nice even grind across the whole surface. And then once you've done that on the 300 side, you can clean that off and then flip it over to the 1000 side. And once again, put some of this lapping fluid on, and then just do the exact same thing. With this one, use the honing guide and then move it back and forth. And with this one, just do your best to find that bevel and then keep it steady and then grind that around so you remove all the marks from the 300 side. The most common primary and secondary bevel is 25 and 30, more or less. And then if you're getting into heavier work where you're carving up mortises and stuff like that, then you end up going a little bit steeper. So I was at 30 to start with this one, and now I want to put the micro bevel on, and I'm going to come and steepen it up to the 35 and then tighten it back down. So now with this secondary bevel, you can flip it over and do 300 first and then 1000 again. Or depending on the state of your chisels, you might just be able to do the 1000. Once again, the same principle applies. You'll just put it on top here and work it back and forth. In some chisels, this won't take very long at all. In other ones, if you've been beating them up for a long time, it'll take quite a while. And you'll just take a look until you have like a really nice micro beveled edge on there. Once you've got that micro bevel on, then that one's done and ready for the next step. With this one, it's a little bit more sketchy. You don't really have the guide to tell you where you're at, but you can still get a really sharp chisel. So I'm gonna come here and find and use the chisel and kind of tip it up till I find that primary bevel. And then I'm just gonna go a little bit higher. I don't actually know, maybe I'm 2 degrees, maybe I'm 3, maybe I'm 4, but I'm going to show you that it's still a really sharp blade. Generally, I would always like to use this guide. What I'm trying to point out is that if you don't have one, you can still get a sharp chisel. Now we've got a nice micro bevel cut on there. And on the back of both of these chisels, you can see that there's a, you probably can't see from that camera, but on the back of the chisel, you can see that there's a burr that's formed across the entire backside of this chisel. You want there to be a burr all the way across, because then you know you've done a grind across the entire thing. Now we're going to take this honing compound and honing strip. I'm going to rub some of this stuff on here. And then we're going to take the chisel and we're going to break the burr off on the backside first. So you're going to come back here and you're just going to pull backwards, and you'll see that the burr is starting to pop off the front there. So we're going to do a couple pulls backwards. Now, like with all steps in sharpening chisels, there's some people that have very strong opinions about how you should do this. The number of times you should pull back and the way that you should do it and stuff like that. Again, at the end of the day, if you have sharp chisels, you're good to go. There is a difference between really sharp and sharp enough. And the truth is that you can get any chisel really sharp, but as soon as you start using it, it dulls very quick. The very sharpness of it dulls very quick. You basically have this point that you've created, and you can make a really fine point, but as soon as you put it into wood and start using it, it's going to start to dull it. So you start to take off that very like shave your arm hair sharpness, and then you get to the point where you spend most of your time with your chisel. You know, after you've taken off the top 20% of sharpness, you can stay in a range that won't shave your arm hair off, but is still really good for woodworking. And you very quickly go from a chisel that can shave your arm hair to a chisel that's good enough for woodworking. So even if you don't get your chisel all the way to shaving your arm hair off, it's still a good chisel for woodwork. And that's where you're going to spend most of your time anyways. After you've got a chisel that is sharp, in a lot of cases, you can come back with just the strop and just touch up the secondary bevel without even having to do the stones. Anyways, once you've got that backside cleaned off, we're now going to move to this bevel. And we're going to start to pull back. And this is doing two things. It's getting rid of that burr, but it's also actually starting to polish that micro bevel. And if you do it long enough, it'll actually be a mirror finish. And to give you a really clear example of a mirror finish, this is a big framing chisel, and that's the mirror finish on the back, and that's the mirror finish on the front. And then we'll do the exact same thing with the Japanese one. We're going to pull it backwards on the back side first to break that burr off, and we're going to flip it over and do it on the secondary bevel. Now you only pull backwards on the strop, because if you go forward, you're just going to dig into that leather. Okay, now I am going to show you that these will actually cut my arm hair. Okay, hopefully you can see this. You can see there that it's just shaving off the hair on my hand. That's the first chisel. And then there's the second one. Now I have a nice bald spot right there. And it's cool that you can get your chisels to shave your arm hair, but it does give you razor rash and hurt for a little bit. But what's really important is that you get nice clean cuts on wood. So the best way to learn how to sharpen chisels is actually just to give it a try. Get yourself a good entry-level kit like this trend kit, and just start doing it. You'll see very quickly what you're doing wrong. As you start grinding away, you'll start seeing whether or not you have the right bevel. You'll see if you're uneven, and you can go and use your chisels and you can see how good they are or not. I remember there was a point where I had chisels but was kind of intimidated about sharpening them, so I just kept working with dull chisels. And then I can't remember what it was, but I found a kit maybe online or something like that, and I got it, and I just started playing around with sharpening chisels and found that it wasn't actually that difficult and that there were a number of ways to do it. And it's definitely worth it. Working with sharp chisels makes woodwork way more fun. The same as having a sharp saw blade or a sharp planer blade. And then once you're done, you can take this eraser here, and all the stuff that you've taken off your chisel is plugged in there, and you can just use this eraser, and then it cleans it off really nice. And same thing on the other side. And then good to go for next time.